very hasty. You know, subhanAllah, there is a saying that he wants to eat fruits before planting. Before even planting, he wants to eat fruit. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Prophet of Allah teaches us, take our time. As one of the hadiths perhaps many of us have memorized and understood. Al-anatu min Allah. Everyone. Wal-ajalatu min ash-shaytan. Which means that calmness is from Allah and hastiness is from shaytan. We do all the things, think, taking our time, and think that what is the proper way of doing it, what is the sunnah way of doing it, because one more thing to understand, that whenever it is the matter of deen and akhirah, we don't think, we do not contemplate, we do not take our time, but rather we jump into it. But once we start that, we take our time. Like for example, salah, or any other good action. When you want to pray salah, you immediately do that. But when you start performing salah, you take your time. Make sure you do it appropriately, according to sunnah. You're reciting Surah Al-Fatiha, Surah, all these recitation properly. And you're considerate of the sunnah of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. But when it is matter of dunya and the worldly matter, you always take your time. That, okay, I have to think, is it appropriate first of all or no? Is it sunnah or no? If it is, then how should I do it? So before even jumping into it, you have to think about it. This is what al-anat means. You know, there's a famous story of a caravan coming to Medina to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and that story is known as the Al-Ashad Abdul Qais. Perhaps you heard this name. There was a leader, there was a tribe named by the name of Abdul Qais, and they had a leader which his name was Ashaj Abdul Qais. He was the leader of Abdul Qais. So all the rest of the tribe, they reached Medina, and everyone ran to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam without even tying their camels and everything. But this leader, he took his time, he tied his camel, he changed his clothes, he put on the perfume, the best of the perfume, and calmly he walked to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was very pleased with him, and he told him that you have qualities that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves, and that is al-hilm wal-anat. You have that calmness in you, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves calmness, and you have that softness in you, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves softness. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says about the believers, ruhama'u baynahum. The believers, they are very soft to one another. Whenever they speak to one another, whenever they deal with one another, they are very soft, and this is one of the qualities of the companions. This is why the companions were radiyallahu anhum wa radwan. Allah was pleased with them, and they were pleased with Allah. If we want that Allah is pleased with us, then we have to adopt those qualities, inshallah rahman. So what is the quality? Al-anat, which means calmness, and the other one is hilm, which means softness, and the third one is rifq, which is forbearance, inshallah rahman. So one hadith after hadith, inshallah rahman, we're going to cover. So that's enough for today.